Let's talk about how slope is graphed. We have a staircase that rises a total of 10 feet and runs a total of 7.5 feet, and we're asked to find the slope of these steps. So we defined slope as the rise over the run. The rise was 10 feet, the run was 7.5, and we like to write slope as a fraction without decimal points. So if I multiply the numerator and denominator by 10, I will have a nice fraction that doesn't have decimals. And if I reduce that, I get my final slope as 4/3. Now, slope isn't just used to describe changes in elevation. It can be used to describe changes in other things as well. For example, on a recent run, my app estimated that I burned about 400 calories during that 40-minute run. As you can see, my pace changed, but the elevation that I was running at changed as well. So we're going to assume a constant burning of calories over time. So when I first started my run, I wasn't burning any additional calories. And after 40 minutes, I had burned roughly 400 calories. So if I graph my line here, I'm going from nothing to 400 calories in 40 minutes. Now, because I have that constant rate of change, I can estimate how long it would take me to have burnt off 139 calorie soda. So first of all, let's take that 400 calories, the rise on my graph, and divide it by the time that I ran, roughly 40 minutes. That simplifies to about 10 calories per minute, and that's the slope of my line. So it makes sense that if I have 140 calories and I can burn 10 calories in 1 minute, that it would take me about 14 minutes to have burned that 140 calories off. Let's look at another example. We have a calf who weighs 190 pounds when it's 30 days old and 235 pounds when it is 45 days old. And we want to know how much it's growing per day. So what is its rate of change? So if we draw a line between those 2 points, we can see that we have a line with a slope. We can calculate that slope by figuring out what the change is in our rise versus the change in our run. So how much are we rising? The y values are changing from 235 pounds to 190 pounds. And the x values are changing between 45 days and 30 days. So if I take the rise, 235, minus the 100, I find that it has grown a total of 45 pounds. Where the run is concerned, we're talking about a difference between the 30-day mark and the 45-day mark. So the difference between 30 and 45 minus 30 is 15. So our rise was a total of 45 pounds. Our run was a total of 15 days. So when we reduce that, we find out that this calf is gaining 3 pounds per day. That's the slope of our line. So slope is the rate of change, and it is defined as the change in y over the change in x. When you are working with lines, as you follow the line from left to right, if the line is rising, it has a positive slope. If the line is falling as you follow it from left to right, it has a negative slope. Any horizontal line has 0 for the slope, and any vertical line has what's called an undefined slope. If you have two ordered pairs, x sub 1, y sub 1, and x sub 2, y sub 2, you can use the formula m equals y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1 to calculate the slope. We have the ordered pair 4, 2 and 6, 9. Our formula says to take the second y minus the first y to find the rise, and divide that by the second x minus the first x to find the run. So our second y is the 9. Our first y is the 2. The second x is the 6. The first x is the 4. So we will put that over 6 minus 4. Now we simplify. 9 minus 2 is 7. 6 minus 4 is 2. And that's as reduced as it's going to get, so leave it as 7/2. In the second example, the second y is a negative 6. We're taking away the first y, which is 4. Dividing that by the second x, which is 5, minus the first x, which is a negative 3, minus a negative becomes plus. So negative 6 minus 4 is a negative 10, and 5 plus 3 is 8, which reduces or simplifies to negative 5/4. This one will rise as I move from left to right. This one will fall as I move from left to right. You can check yourself by plotting the 2 points and drawing the line between them. Here's a third example. We have the point 4, 2 and 17, 2. So my first x, first y, second x, second y. I'm going to take the second y minus the first y and divide that by the second x minus the first x. Two minus 2 is 0. 17 minus 4, 13. And 0 divided by 13 is 0. That's a horizontal line. Lastly, we have the ordered pair negative 3, 5 and negative 3, 8. So my second y minus my first y over my second x minus my first x, minus a minus again is a plus. 8 minus 5 is 3. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0. We can't divide by 0. That's why this one's undefined. Vertical line between negative 3, 5 and negative 3, 8.